nights we're coming down. And never sleep, never get tired. True love and feels in the suburban light.
Bad news for you there, Sea-Dog. Thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, Edward, please have mercy. Of course, Edward's supposed to be trash talking Georgia Tech at the top of tonight's show. Bad news for you, Sea-Dog. Edward subscribes to the Cobra Kai philosophy of mercy. Mercy is for the weak. Edward, not weak.
Who's gonna bring you back to life? We're gonna make it you and I.
This channel is 97% male, which is why everybody gets so excited when one of the 3% comes on the show. Miss Friction Vixen, coming up tonight. Hit the thumbs up for Christ's sake. Phil Collins. And Friction Vixen's coming on. And Edward's trash talking Georgia Tech. And me and Pete are here to do nothing for 2 hours. Let's go. YouTube's messing with me about this song. So if the stream goes off, just refresh it. I'll have it right back on. But they're giving me a warning message.
I saw what you did, saw it with my own 2 eyes. So you can wipe off that grin, know where you've been, some in a packed life. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, well, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, well, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time and the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence, sir. No, you don't fool me. 'Cause I heard that shout. Pain still grows. It's no stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Just kidding, guys.
Not sure if best video I've ever seen or just top 5. So, yeah. Welcome to Lunch Money. How's everybody doing? Let's find out. Pigskin Pete, what's up, buddy?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. That can only mean one thing. It's time to prove yet again that we can fill 2 hours with absolutely nothing. And we've got some pretty good nothing on deck today. Channel 97% male. People go absolutely apes whenever you have a female on. And guess what, Pete? We have a female on.
I think this is a lunch money first.
I
think it is.
Well, we had Mrs. Pete on, so.
Oh, well, that's true.
I mean, did you forget that your wife was on? Good thing she's doesn't. Good thing she's not listening. She definitely doesn't care about this show.
Yeah. All right. For a first time other than my wife.
Right.
How about that?
Okay. Good. Great. Yeah. We'll go with that. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight too. I assume Edward is coming on. That was his plan last week. He has not called in yet. He's supposed to trash talk Georgia Tech tonight. It was his idea, so we'll see. We'll see if he calls in. I'm assuming that he is. But thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight. Ronnie Haas, Vodka Drinker, Bama Banker, Mike 3883, Mike Vick, X-Wing Sports, Mr. Flashlight PP himself. Good morning to you, sir. Golden Blue Man, Vodka Drinker, RB Smata, Colby, Silent Chaos, College Football, Jared, Traveling Fools, Lizard Circus, Jerome Pruitt, Bread Pit, Nate the Great is here. Good morning, Nate. Pizza Lady is here. Even TikTok Chess Hall is here. Mike 3883. Kevin Cook. SO Mafia. Bears, Cubs, Canes. Totally Not Depressed. Caleb the Spelling Bee Man. Good morning to you, Caleb. Hope your dad is continuing to improve. I'm sure he is. Bow Hunting Man is here. Sean Miller, Beggin' Megan, Lucas Sharp. Appreciate all of you tuning in. 65 people watching. 41 of them like what they see. Maybe the other 15 will hit the thumbs up once we bring Friction Vixen on, which is going to be literally 1 or 2 minutes from now. Pete, how was your weekend, buddy?
Oh, well, wife's out of town, so it's just me and the little guy here.
Oh.
And weather was bad, so on Saturday, I did a show StreamYard all day long.
Is that true?
And yeah, that's true. And by the way, it was amazing and fantastic.
Well, duh.
Anybody who hasn't seen that, I have not. I don't come on here and promote, like, go back and watch this show or that show. But I'm telling you right now, so much happened on that stream. It was about a little over 3 hours long.
Wow.
Saw this morning on the talent show. You know, Nate the Great was doing the hockey deal.
Yes.
In his basement. So we did a whole episode of Cribs, Nate the Great Cribs on that stream that day.
Oh.
And I'll tell you right now, anybody who hasn't seen that, go back and watch it. There's a timestamp in the comment section.
Okay.
Where the Cribs part starts. But behind that net, you can't see it on the video he sent you because he's got ping pong tables stacked up against the wall. He's destroyed the drywall in there. It's destroyed. It looks like somebody took a machine gun to it.
That's funny because I made the comment today when that video played. I said, I can't believe there's not a bunch of holes in that wall back there. But turns out there is.
Yeah. Oh, there's a ton. Just go. You'll have to watch it. When anybody gets any time, just go to my last video. The Saturday show stream that I did.
Pigskin
and
Pete.
There's a timestamp in the comment section.
The surprise Saturday show stream. I mean, this is.
Yeah. So I was home. I got my 6-year-old here because my wife took our older son with her, and I'm stuck with the 6-year-old, and it was really bad. All day Saturday, so we didn't leave the house. So I was like, I got nothing to do. I'm sitting here with a 6-year-old. I just fired up a show stream, and that was my Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
We had a great time, though.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
You know, I think when you're on a schedule like me and you are, and you're doing the same shows over and over and over and over every week, because I did something a couple of weeks ago. I did a show stream at like 5 in the afternoon that ended up being like 3 hours long. The Air Your Grievances show, and that was some of the most fun I've had on a live show in a long time. And I think it's because it was something different that I don't normally do. It sounds like that's what you're saying too. Yeah.
Well, something happened to me that's never happened before. I'm seeing Huffer Billy Paul in the comment section says the power went out and everything. Yeah. So I had the StreamYard going. I had, 3 or 4 people in there, and the storms are really bad. My internet went out first, and then I got up to go see what was going on with the internet. My power went out. So I'm sitting downstairs thinking the stream's ended. I go get my phone. My phone was working on, cellular data at that point because my Wi-Fi was out. And I see my show still going on, and the guys are still in there hanging out, having a good time. Now, I didn't even know how this was possible, that my internet can get shut off, my power can get shut off. I'm hosting the show, but the show kept going on for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes, something like that.
That's weird.
I don't know. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to ask George. You need to ask George about that when he calls you on Tuesday. There must be.
Well, George was on the show for about an hour. That was that was a shit show too. But by the way, guess who I'm having a mandate with this week?
Scott Kerr.
Scott Kerr on Friday. We're going to have a beer together.
Did he get in touch with you? He emailed me. He actually emailed me this morning, but I didn't check my emails until late this afternoon. But I did send him your number, so I guess he got a hold of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, he was on the show stream on Saturday as well, and I told him to tell you to give me the number.
Yeah.
Or give him the number.
Yeah. And I complied. Anybody that emails me that says Pete said to give me his number, I don't even ask you if you really said that. I just give them your number. So if anybody wants Pete's number, just email me and say, hey, Pete said to get my number from you, and I'll give it to you. Yeah.
That unfortunately nobody wants my number.
Right.
So
I gave it out and still no one will call you. Remember that?
Yeah. You put it on the screen. Still nobody gives a shit about me. Trust me.
Oh man, yeah.
I got 3 phone calls from a 9-year-old, and then that ended.
Yeah, you dodged the bullet there. That's actually great that no one's calling you. Believe me, I've dealt with those problems before. They're not much fun. Of course, I'm not good at dealing with things. You're much better at dealing with things than I am. Still no Edward, which is alarming. So I guess he's going to be trash talking Georgia Tech next week. But let's bring. No one cares about our weekend. I mean, we could pretend that they do.
No, they don't.
There may be a handful of people that care about your show stream, but not. They only care about it, like in relation to what they care about us bringing Friction Vixen on. They just don't care about anything we have to say. So here we go.
Yeah, it's not even close. You're right.
Yeah, Friction Vixen. Good morning, though. But you're on with UncleLou and Pete on the Lunch Money Show. Uh-oh.
Oh, see, she already checked out. She's like, fuck this shit.
Oh, no, she's on. And, of course, now Edward's calling in, too. Is your phone muted or something? I can't hear. You can't hear either, can you?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I hear you.
Ah, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if at any point you can't hear me. This is a new phone. I'm still getting used to it, and sometimes I accidentally hit buttons that do weird things.
iPhone or Android?
It's actually a Motorola, so I guess Android.
Smart lady. I'm glad you didn't get a toy. You got an actual phone. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm not into wasting thousands of dollars on something that I'm probably going to break next week.
Plus, you're not a kid or an
That's
old
a great
person,
point.
So you have no need for an iPhone. They're basic, simple phones for kids and old people.
Yeah, I actually saw about an 80-year-old woman sitting across from her husband at a diner table in California about 2 months ago when I was out there, and she had her phone held up to where she was looking at her phone instead of her husband's face, and she was catching Pokemon.
Ugh.
And she was an iPhone user.
See, these iPhone people are a weird breed. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
People get really mad when you talk about iPhone people get really mad when you talk about how crappy an iPhone is. Like they really take it personally.
Well, that's not, man. I've had iPhones for the past 10 years, and you could talk about the shit you want about it. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Just give me a phone that works. I don't care if it's an Android, iPhone. I really don't care.
Now, Waikiki, thank you for the super chat, but he's accusing you, Pete, of having an iPhone 6. Can you confirm or deny?
Well, he's pretty damn close. Yeah, I have an 8 Plus.
Oh, 8 Plus.
It's 4 years
Look
old.
at you, big money.
Yeah, it's 4 years old.
Not the regular
4
8.
years old.
The 8 Plus.
Hey, but guess what, though? It still works. There's not a single crack in it. I mean, everybody you see these days, everyone's phone's all busted up, cracks everywhere. Not a single crack in mine.
Right.
Hey, that's good. Doing good.
Yeah.
Now, Rob Dog
But
says...
do you use a screen protector?
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Okay. I need to get one then.
You have to have a screen protector. Rob Dog says you say you don't care, but you
one.
seem really defensive about your phone. Is what Rob says, Pete.
Why would I be defensive about it?
No, he says you seem really
I
defensive.
don't care about it.
You feel like you need to explain why you have an iPhone 8, like, I don't know.
Well, mainly that's the answer, because I don't care about my phone. Everyone who walks around with phones acting like their dick's bigger because they got a new phone. I just don't care about phones. I use them to text, get on the internet, and make terrible YouTube videos. That's about it.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's about how I feel a phone needs to be. Otherwise, I just try and forget that it's even there.
Friction Vixens.
People spend way too much time on phone.
I know most people know you from the comment section, but since this is the first time you've come on the show, why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself, as little or as much as you want, where you live, what do you like football? If you do, who you're a fan of, that kind of thing, just so maybe people have an idea.
Okay. I am a 32-year-old female living east side of Atlanta, about 30 minutes east of Atlanta. I am a Bulldogs fan. My husband is a Bulldog graduate, UGA graduate, and that would be Traction Jackson. He's in a wheelchair. We have a 13-year-old daughter that lives with us. We are trying to get her more active and going to games and stuff now. We do a lot of brave stuff in the past. It was really close to us and convenient, and we had a lot of fun doing that. But we have never really found that it was an appropriate place to take her when she was really small, other than like the G-Day games.
Yeah.
And she'd like that, but the night stuff were most of the games that we went to, and we didn't really find that was appropriate to be bringing a toddler to a lot of drinking and stuff, because we actually lived in Athens his last year of college, which I guess was in 2010 or 2011 when he was graduating. So we actually lived in Athens and got to experience that like very college football sports life. And I worked at one of the grill and pubs, Locos. I don't know if you guys have ever been out to the Athens area. They try and air every Georgia Bulldogs football game as they come on. It's a really fun environment. So I worked there for 2 years and was very involved in the college football scene, which I liked. And other than that, just big, I'm an unemployed do-it-yourselfer. I cut down trees. I do plumbing. I do electrical work. I work on cars.
Wow.
Damn, I like that.
I do sheetrock. I've laid tile. I remodeled my entire bathroom from subflooring all the way up with, granite and quartz tile. A lot of tile work in here. Put a bench seat in for my husband. I'm a very handy person. I like being active. And as I'm sure you guys know, a long time ago, I worked at a strip club for a little bit.
Hey, are you from California originally?
I am.
You mentioned going to California. Yeah.
I am. I was born in California, San Francisco, Bay Area, Hayward, if you want to be technical. Most people don't really know Hayward, but that's where I was born, and I lived all throughout the Bay Area to Northern California, up near Red Bluff, Redding, Chico, for most of my childhood to age 15. And then I moved to Georgia because my mom moved out here with a man that she had married in California. And from there, I moved to Texas, back to Georgia, back out to California, to Missouri, to Arkansas, and back to Georgia.
Damn. That's a lot of moving around.
You definitely, she definitely strikes me as a you can tell she's from California. And I'm not, I mean that in a good way, not a bad way. She's,
I will admit,
I'm a California girl.
I'm a little nervous. I know this is y'all.
No.
You had your wife on here. I know you said that, but at the same time, you may give her a certain level of comfort, and you guys aren't my husband. So just know that this is like the first time nervousness for me too, you guys.
Oh yeah, no, you're doing fine.
Yeah, and you're in good hands here. Don't worry. We're professionals.
Oh, I know.
I don't know if you know that or not.
Guys.
We're professionals. So now I can't install a granite countertop though. I can't do that.
No, me either.
So
matter of fact, we might need to send her over to Nate the Great's house to fix that drywall. She said she does drywall.
God, I should have had her down here last summer to do what a nightmare I had with my drywall guy. Jesus, what a disaster that was. Well, there's no sense just beating around the bush. No pun intended. So how'd you end up working at a strip club? And you can refuse to answer any question you want, but how did that come about, and what did you do there?
I was 18 at the time. I had just moved from Georgia to Texas. I was living with my sister there, who was 20 years older than me. So she was kind of like, oh, I'm just glad that you're here and that you actually want to be around me. And she just was like, you just kind of do your thing and, pay rent, find a job. I said, okay. I wanted to just go out there and try something new. And that was the first time that I felt like I was far enough from my parents that I could venture to whatever job that I wanted. And I thought that me being, long blonde haired, this was my pre-baby body. I had, some nice curves, a full chest. And I thought that the best place that I could make money as I was driving down through Dallas-Fort Worth area was going to be at a club. And I said that I didn't want to work at a bigger place because I wasn't ready for that type of work. And basically I tried applying at some department stores and they kept saying, we're not hiring, we're not looking. And I saw the hiring signs outside of some of these gentlemen's clubs. And I told my sister that I was going to apply to be a server. And I wanted to go to a club that was popular, but maybe not so big and out there. And she took me to this club that was called T&A Cabaret. It was, I believe, when I looked it up, off of South Freeway in Fort Worth, Texas. And I believe it's called Flash Dancers or something now. But it was, I'm just saying, if you look it up, I sent you the link to the picture of it, Lou, last week. It looks like, what was the name of that strip club that you had up on the screen last week?
Oh, the mouse is
ear.
here. Yes, the mouse is here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me tell Edward a couple of weeks ago. I said, for some reason, it seems like most of these clubs, the bartenders and the servers are sometimes hotter than the dancers. So you said you were a server there, or a bartender?
I was a server there, and I feel like actually now that you say that maybe that's. I did an amateur night thing on a few nights, and I realized that I basically got up my clientele by serving. Everybody had already seen what was there on stage, and this was not a full new club either. You know, I had a skinny little next to nothing top on and bottoms on.
Right.
So, but it was not a full new club, but they had seen everybody that was on stage. They were, you know, some of these guys were regulars. We had a couple of retired UFC fighters that used to come in there, and, you know, used to sport all their rings, like, yeah, look me up. And they eventually, you know, start flirting with the waitresses and like, hey, you know, why don't you ever go up there? And I had one specific, I can't remember his name now. I always try to remember it, but it was a retired UFC fighter that he made a comment about my nose once actually being broken. He asked me who broke my nose, that he was going to screw them up. I said, my nose has never been broken. I said, I'm just Italian, I guess. And he said, well, he said he was going to screw them up. And after, like, I don't know, something about that moment, he decided that he had this, you know, interest in seeing me on stage. And he basically said that he would come and spend very good money for an amateur night. And he did. So, but I didn't really feel like that was for me. It was kind of fun, I guess, just to say, oh, yeah, I did it. You know, I guess nowadays you have like girls, they're like 15 that get a stripper pole in their limousine or in their downstairs that they practice on YouTube. And, you know,
Whoa.
That's kind of crazy to me. But back then it was fun for the experience. And I did make really good money while I was working there.
You know, that's something I've wondered before. Like, you have to be very confident or whatever to ever consider doing anything like that. But the other thing I wondered is, even for people who would have the confidence to do it, I wonder how many people do it in their hometown, because that seems like that would be, like you said, you went several states away. But I wonder. I don't know. It seemed, if I was in that position, it seemed to me like I would, and I was going to do that. It seemed like I would want to do what you did. I don't know if I would want to do it in my hometown where maybe your uncle walks in.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
I mean, that's all you need down there, and then your uncle walks in, or whatever. I mean, that would just be.
Oh my God!
Strange.
Your friends from high school. Hey, Brenda's down there at the club, and then before you know it, the class of '99 showing up. You know, 300 people laugh at you.
Yeah, no, that you know, I've heard stories about stuff like that, you know, just obviously being around a bunch of strippers. You know, there have been incidents where they've talked about other family members that have came in. There was one girl that her dad came into that club and she came out while he was there, and he basically went loose on her, like, you know, this is where you've been working. She was just like, oh my God. And she just ran to the back and was mortified. She ended up leaving. She quit.
Yeah, that would be, Yeah, I think I've told a story before. Pete talked about people from high school. I went to one here in town. This has been 20-something years ago now, probably. And there was a girl there that I went to high school with. And it was weird for me. So it had to be weird for her. Well, maybe it wasn't weird for her because maybe she had seen 100 people that she went to school with by that time. And it wasn't weird to her anymore. I don't know. But it felt weird to me. I was like, oh, that's such and such. Okay, well.
Yeah, and then she feels obligated to be like, hey, you want a private dance? You know? And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, well.
Now I got to talk to her.
Right.
Because I know her.
It was weird. I did actually talk to her. She, I think I waved at her when she was dancing, and I was sitting at the bar, and then sometime later she came and sat next to me at the bar, and we talked for a while. And she was like, you've talked to me more in the last 15 minutes than you talked to me in 4 years of high school. And I was like, well, I never saw you hanging I never saw you hanging upside down naked from a pole in high school, or I probably would have talked to you a little more.
Yeah, you never took your shirt off when we talked in high school either. I would have talked to you all fucking day long, probably.
Oh my God. So let's do like a fact or fiction thing, Pete. It's like I've never really had a conversation with somebody who's ever worked at a strip club in any way, dancer, bartender, server, bouncer, nothing. So some of the
so I do know
rumors that or like popular, I don't know, like how many of the girls that dance there are on drugs? All of them? Half of them? None of them?
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Okay. More than average.
Or drinking. It's not drugs. I mean, it's very rare that you see a completely sober stripper.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this now in defense of strippers.
I've known a lot of strippers from Atlanta too. I used to I had friends that were living with several strippers in Decatur. Some of the girls that worked at Cheetah and some girls that worked at Pink Pony. It was like a house full of strippers, this huge, like mansion style house full of strippers. And every single one of them were drugged out.
Yeah. So
that's what they do around on their off time. They sit around the house all day, do drugs, and watch Lost.
Damn.
Okay.
That's a weird thing. To answer your question, Lou, yeah, I had one friend from high school that moved to Atlanta, to Buckhead, and was a bartender at Pink Pony, and we went out and visited him. And so I heard some stories from him, and basically he said, about 60 to 70% of the girls were, doing coke every night.
Yeah,
it was just a big party.
But I've never known anybody to work at any strip clubs, but I've known lots of people over the years who have worked in the restaurant industry, and at least here anyway.
Yeah,
it's probably a higher percentage of people than that that are just servers at your local Applebee's. Now I don't know about cocaine and this kinds of things that maybe you would think would be going on in a strip club, but like I think you have to smoke weed to work at a restaurant here in this town. I think it's on the application. I mean, it just seems like everybody does it. It's strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I know that one of my old roommates has worked at the Ruby Tuesdays and here in my town for like 16 years, up until they closed a year and a half ago. And one time I went and picked him up from work. He wanted to go pick up some weed from one of his coworkers, and they had all left because they were able to leave earlier than him because the kitchen was cleaned up. We go over to the house. Every single person in that house had a Ruby Tuesdays tag on, and we're smoking weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
People were coming over.
I'd have to get high as a kite to work at fucking Ruby Tuesdays too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, the Ruby Tuesdays that was here in town, me and my husband liked going there a lot, but it was really dark inside. Even during the middle of the day, it just seemed like the lighting was really poor. So I imagined that it was a lot easier to get away with the red eyes there too.
Yeah, and then plus when people are high, they don't like all those bright lights,
Now
Turn the lights down a little bit.
there might be some people in there who've never been to a strip club or who have only been a time or two, or maybe they're young or whatever the case. But please tell all these people that these strippers are not going to date you, no matter what they tell you when you're throwing money at them. They're there to get every dollar out of your pocket. That's it, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless, you just seem like, I don't know who the man is, like Brad Pitt, I guess 15 years ago, walking into a strip club and, you have all your shit together. You have proof that you're not freaking married and you got money and the good looks. There's a rare occasion that she might be telling you the truth and she doesn't seem screwed up out of her mind. But other than that, no, they're playing you for a fool.
Now, you mentioned the one you worked at wasn't nude. So was there a VIP room, a champagne room, a back room, anything like that? Or was everything there out in the open?
There was a back room to the right-hand corner that I don't really know. I never really asked about what went on back there. They just said, I made good friends with one of the bouncers there, Tank, and, he just said the girls do their thing. They do whatever they want at their own discretion back there.
Right.
Yeah, so some shit's going down if she doesn't even want to ask what's going on back there. She's like, I don't want to know what's going on back there. I know some shit's going down back there.
I don't know if that's just a sex room or something.
Who was it who told us? Was that on this show? Or somebody said they saw a stripper make $7,000 in one night. What's the most you ever saw anybody make in one night?
Depending on who walks in the bar, how many people have money, that can be very possible.
What would you say?
I can tell you, I've been to a big bachelor party at a strip club where the collection of us probably spent that much. I mean, you're talking about like 20 guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
what would you say a dancer would make on an average Tuesday night?
Depending on the club and how big it is, like the maximum capacity, I think we had like 120 or 160. And I would say an average night for an attractive, like, not that they're not all attractive, but, some of them can look a little more hammered out than the other one.
Hammered out.
I like a strip club in Columbia, South Carolina. They make $40 on a Tuesday night.
I would say about $1,000 to $1,500 at that bar. If you were, say, somewhere at like the Pink Pony, and you actually had a big crowd, I would say up around $2,000, $3,000 on a good night, just on a good Tuesday night.
Now, what's the craziest thing you ever saw a stripper do on stage?
I told my husband about this woman. It wasn't the fact that it was the craziest thing that she did. It was the fact that she was doing everything. She could do the splits, like bending her legs backwards like a freaking horseshoe. But she was a almost 60-year-old woman.
Whoa.
That literally, I don't know how. Look. She had a tighter body than some of the girls there that were like in their mid-late 20s.
Yeah.
Don't know how she did it, but she had like her skin. I don't know if she naturally tanned or if she, just used some sort of spray on stuff. And that's why she kept her skin so good. but she looked young all the way until you looked up to her face, where you can see that she's had a lot of plastic surgery or just like facelift. Everything else was natural and attractive. She had huge, big blonde hair, and she had cantaloupes that were rock hard from her chest. And everything on her, I mean, she was like 5'8", 5'9", without heels on. She looked like she was totally rocking it, other than the fact that she had those rocks on her chest. They were big. They were Texas. They were just a little too much for her. But she used to go on stage and would basically, you know, how girls get up on the pole and I guess they have their back down on the stage and they're kind of looking out towards the guys around the stage, and then they're letting their legs slide down the pole. She would like flip her legs back around and grab them from the backside of her calf, and it would look like a freaking horseshoe.
And let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a stripper be so drunk that she just completely falls right off the stage and just busts her ass?
No, but I have seen plenty of strippers that thought they were trying to give a lap dance at a table and ended up eating a table, just being way too wasted.
Now, listen to this. One time for a science project, I had to go to one of these establishments, and I seen a girl come out. She danced for 2 songs. She then grabbed a balloon, swallowed it,
Oh, no.
and pulled it out from her monkey.
No.
Now, I know,
I know,
yes.
Into the back of her mouth.
No, I know that, but
And
I know that. I know.
Sitting down there.
I know that, but the point is, she danced for 2 songs with a
you
balloon.
know herself.
She danced for 2 songs with a balloon in her monkey. That's
With
what
the
I'm.
balloon.
And it was amazing to see, but it was very odd.
What kind of science project is that exactly?
A very scientific one. Yeah.
Yeah. Tiger Cat has a good question. How big was the balloon? Was it like one of those little itty bitty balloons that you have to have like a special little hand pump for?
Oh, no.
Or was it like one of those big birthday balloons?
No, it was like a clown balloon that you would make a giraffe out of.
You sure it wasn't a lost condom that she found up there?
It was a balloon. Well, no, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure if there's much of a difference between the two. This was colored and appeared to be a balloon. So, I don't know. But
So
now,
how many of the girls at the club Friction are not even into men? They'd rather date each other than men.
And mind you, I'm married now. Me and one other waitress and one dancer all had kind of been open about the fact that we dated men or women. The dancer preferred women.
Yeah.
And she was like one of those like cute little. She was a white girl, but she looked kind of like the Asian anime character. But she was like really cute, and everybody loved her. And I think sometimes getting so much male attention just drives a woman away from it.
Yeah, no. Believe me, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to be fucking with no hairy, sweaty, ugly man. I'd be all over women too.
So when you did the amateur night, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your stripper dancer performance?
I definitely, I was a lot more flexible, and I didn't have back problems back then. So I was able to do some things that I felt like some of the other girls couldn't quite do. Like I used to be able to stick my legs completely behind my head and like not have my face like, some girls can do it, and like I was still able to do it just up until about a year ago. And your face starts scrunching up the more you have to suffer to do it. I did yoga for a complete year of my life, and I just very flexible throughout doing that. And I was the only one that could actually stick my leg all the way behind my head, back behind my neck, and look comfortable, and trying to somehow turn it into like a sexy dance move, like spinning around the pole while I'm doing that.
Yeah. So were these dance moves that you did on?
I think I would give myself if you want to say off of how much I made versus how much the other girls were making, I would say I would have got an 11.
Oh.
But on just my performance, I was definitely amateur. I would say about a 7.
So when you these amazing stripper dance moves that you had, were these a God-given ability that you were born with, or once you found out you were gonna, or decided that you were actually gonna do this amateur night thing, did you spend like a week at home, like practicing your moves, or was this something you just were blessed with naturally?
Well, here's the fun thing about it is I still got to dress up. I didn't, I wasn't like out with just a T-shirt and shorts on as a server. You have like a little push-up top and your little shorts on, your heels on and stuff. And at the end of the night, I always had to go and clean the mirrors that, all the dancers watch themselves on, and I have to clean the poles. And then I have to sweep and mop the floors. And so you got to, they would always have the music on still loud, and we had like an hour and a half to clean up. Sometimes I'd be waiting around for my other friend, the bouncer, to get off, and we'd hang out after work for a little bit. And I would just have fun kind of practicing around right there. I knew that I could stick my legs behind my head very easily before I even got into that kind of position. But it was something that I was able to practice on stage prior to going on stage.
Yeah.
This is great. So when she was cleaning up, she was practicing doing stripping.
Yes.
With no audience, right?
Yeah. For free, she was in there putting on a show. You were putting on shows in there every night for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was. And actually, technically, at the end of the night, I had to, because the waitresses made really good money and the bartender made really good money. But the bartender's been fixing my drink, so I have to pay out the bartender, and I have to pay out the cook, and I have to pay out the bouncers. So I'm actually paying them for the free show.
Wow. Now, what did you wear as a server? And then what did you wear on amateur night? And how did you decide what you were going to wear on amateur night? And do they give the girls all those outfits? Like there's just a closet back there with a million outfits in it, or do girls have to bring their own stuff in?
That's a great question.
No. Girls have to bring their own stuff in, generally, and unless you're like a permanent member. You have like lockers and stuff back there that if you want to keep your stuff in there, or if you want to take it home, wash it, but you bring your own stuff. They don't have like stuff that you could just go through back there usually. There are special websites and stores that you can go and shop at for these items, unless you know somebody. Well, I guess now it's getting a little easier to find. Or at least in my area it is. Being closer to Atlanta, things are being a lot more open as to clothing. You got scrunchy butts and very low cut tops and half the shirts missing from the bottom going on. Anyway,
No.
I got one of the strippers that I was friends with there. She had a new, like, I guess, outfit or two-piece thing that resembled Pretty Woman's dress, but it was very skimpy nylon, I guess, material, like the shiny nylon.
Like
Like
a
the rope
see-through,
material?
like it's halfway see-through.
Yeah, but it's like jazzercise, like the bright aerobic stuff that they used to wear. And imagine, like, the guy, who is it? I'm a pony. The tight tank tops that, like, basically cut across, like, where your nipples are hanging out of it, almost. It was like that,
yeah.
but it had rings on the side that had, like, little strappy yellow things hanging down. And then and that's what I wore on all my amateur nights. I didn't have a problem with it. Nobody else seemed to have a problem with it. And then on my regular nights, I generally wore like a brassiere type top that maybe you have seen in the movie Selena on Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
That kind of style top with a short pair of like tight jean shorts, or like a polyester pair of like nylon, like Hooters girls type shorts. Or I had one shirt that I really liked that was black velvet that was missing the back, and it was just a really push up top with, crisscross black straps across the back. Something that, was sexy, that would push everything up and get the bigger tits.
Yeah, because even if you're not a dancer, but if you're a bartender, even, you can't come in there with some baggy blue jeans and a T-shirt. I mean, that's just not going to, people don't want to see that, even from the bartender or the server.
Yeah,
Not
the bartender's dressed, just as skimpy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Now, I think I said this the other day, or someone asked it. I don't know if I could ever date a stripper, but it sure would be fun to date somebody who used to be one. So, how much does Traction Jackson get to enjoy any of the benefits of your previous employment?
Yep, this is the best question of the night.
There is no stripper pole here. But I have, see, that's one of those things that, I never got down, really well with the whole lap dance type thing. And with my husband permanently being in a chair, it's like, oh, this is where I was always bad at. And because he's elevated from me, it's like, unless I get on a pair of 10-inch heels, it's harder. But
which would be fun.
I think
that would be fun. Right?
He definitely benefits, especially when I've had a little bit of brown liquor in me.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Just enough to loosen me up, because he's recently even told me that he finds that he enjoys that loose side of me coming out, and
I bet he does.
Believe me.
Congratulations to Traction Jackson on this, by the way.
And
Shout out to him.
Every guy on planet Earth loves it when their woman gets a little juiced up.
Oh yeah, come on now.
Right. Yes. Right. That's when all the things happen that's when all the things happen that she's been telling you are never going to happen.
Yes. Yeah. I got to be careful what I say. My father-in-law listens to this show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking my 13-year-old is probably in the other room listening right now. And do I want to say what I was about to say if she's listening? Madison, turn it off.
No, he's cool. Anyway, but I will tell people that don't know, for anybody who has never met or seen Friction Vixen in person, that I obviously have, Lou has, She's a very attractive woman. I mean that in the most respectful way, too. She is.
Oh, thank you.
Let us know if you have any questions in the comments section for Friction Vixen. Keep them
Yeah,
respectful,
I can't
please. But we'll read some questions.
Some
if
of these
there's some good
some
ones.
of these comments are, some of these comments are pushing the line. But
Who is this? There's somebody in the comments section called Boot E Hole, and they keep asking Nate questions.
Yeah, that's Nate's troll account there.
That's Nate. Are you hungry?
Colby wants to know how much you made in one night. I think she said. What would you say? 1,500 or something?
No. On my first amateur night, when that UFC fighter came, it was a very popular Wednesday night. I made a little under 2,400.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's not a bad.
It was like 2320. I did really well for then, but a lot of that did come from that UFC fighter. He probably spent over $1,000 on me.
Now, our good buddy Edward told the story last week, I believe it was, that he fell in love with a stripper and asked her out on a date to Six Flags.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't even know
First
if there's a question there. Just your thoughts on that.
First, he said he got her phone number, and then I said, "Well, you called the phone number then, right?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what'd you ask her when you called her on the phone?" He said, "I asked her on a date to Six Flags." out of all the things to ask a stripper when you get their phone number, to ask them to go to Six Flags.
Although, to be honest with you, I can see, like, there are some girls that when they're not drugged, like some girls actually just getting messed up so they can get to their shift. Like I said, they're not, it's like 60, 70% of them that are almost all the way just, you never know what's going on with them. They're probably using a lot on their off hours too. But there's a lot that during the day they're sober and they want to just go out and kind of enjoy life. And I've known plenty of strippers that have talked about going to amusement parks and have fun doing that stuff. Usually maybe not as a first date. It could be loud and, you don't want to be out walking around sweating your ass off around somebody that you really are having a first date with, because sometimes that could be a hot, sweaty, sticky situation. But
did it in your time there?
That's hilarious that's where he asked her on first date.
During your time there,
if you want to go get a drink sometime, or if she does drink, if you want to go get some coffee. I don't know. Do people do that shit anymore?
Do any of these places
do people
have
coffee dates anymore?
Yeah, coffee dates are great. But do any of these clubs have policies that prohibit a dancer's significant other from just hanging out there all day?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a good
that
question.
Seems like a terrible idea financially for the stripper. And can only lead to problems.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Now, the girls that you knew, how many of them, or would you say were in a serious relationship while dancing?
Or even married, some of them.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
To be honest with you, I don't know that that any of them were married. I can't recall a single one of them that were actually married. There were, let's see, probably 25 girls that worked throughout, all the shifts that I was working. I worked about 5-6 days a week. And there were maybe 3 or 4 of them that actually claimed that they were in a serious relationship and there were rules about, this guy, he's not allowed here. One of the girls actually had her boyfriend there that, she's like, it's my husband. And he was obviously upset about stuff. And, they said, look, if he's coming in here, you guys are both out of here.
Right.
And don't come back.
Yeah, it seems like a terrible idea.
He was able to get him to leave. But, yeah, generally, and because of other things that go on between male and female, that bar that I worked at specifically had put a restriction on couples coming into the bar.
Yeah.
Really?
On couples coming into the bar. Because there was a woman and a man that came in with a group of their friends one night, and the woman and the man were married. This girl that was giving, the stripper that was giving the husband a lap dance, he had, I guess, maybe done something, grabbed her in an inappropriate way. There was a lot of stuff from the stripper where she was upset. She went to the backstage, but this girl ended up punching and like swinging at her husband, saying that she was at that point a little drunk, and she just started swinging at him and hitting at him. And it took 3 or 4 bouncers to break it up, because when he had been wailed on enough, he decided that he was going to hit her back.
Oh.
That caused one of the friends to lash out at him. Hey, man, why are you hitting a woman? Next thing you know, it was like a huge table fight. Everybody had to be broke up, and the manager said that there was no longer going to be any couples coming into their bar.
That's
and if they had a problem with it, they could go up the street.
I'm going to say that around here, if you don't allow couples in, that's half of your business, literally. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we actually never really got many couples anyway.
Right.
And, you can come in, if it was a group of all females, they could come in, but they would ask you at the door. And, if there was any inclination that you were actually partnered up with somebody in that group, they can't have that shit. They're like, yep, nope. Take your business up the street. And they still made business, even looking like a little hole in the wall. They stayed pretty busy.
Edward, I'm going to put you on in just a second. We're not doing, forget the Georgia Tech thing or whatever, but I'll put you on in a second, and you can ask a couple of questions. So think of a couple of questions to ask, and I'll put you on in a minute, because you've been holding on for an hour now. So I'll put you on in a minute or two. Think of a couple of questions.
Yeah, I guess you have to find out what Edward does for his date, because I want to know, what did she say?
Well, we'll find out. We'll bring him on.
I told him to kick rocks.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
I don't think she had any interest in going to Six
Well,
Flags.
she probably told him whatever he wanted to hear up until the point where he didn't have any dollar bills left in his pocket.
Yeah.
So why did she give him her real phone number? That's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we're assuming that Edward's telling the truth on that. I mean, it sounds kind of unbelievable to me, quite honestly. But
all right, let's bring him on. We can ask him some of these things. Here we go. Edward, good morning, sir.
Hey, Lou. Good morning, Lou. Hey, Pete. What's up, Friction?
What's up?
What?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I told
Feel bad you've been on hold this long.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm used to it. But I told Lou and Pete some strip club stories. I've been to a lot of those things, so it's like anyone who hasn't been, it's like, yeah, you're missing out if you ain't been yet. I was younger. Now, now you worked at which club was it you worked at?
It was called TNA Cabaret.
Yeah,
It was in
Texas,
Fort Worth,
Edward.
Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he's never been to that one.
Yeah, I haven't been to that one, no. I've heard that's probably a good club.
Well, if you look it up now, like I said, I think it's called Flash Dance.
Okay, yeah, I just saw it. I saw it on my computer.
I put it up on the screen earlier. I'll put it up again here. I'm assuming this is it. This is what comes up when I did Flash Dance or Cabaret Fort Worth, Texas. Now, for the record, this isn't you in this picture, is it?
No.
Okay.
But see how her thing is? It was something like that, but the straps came down to the waistline. It wasn't like just little bandana squares covering me.
Did you say, and I don't remember if you wore heels when you were doing all this?
Yes.
Okay.
I wore heels.
Of course,
regardless.
Yeah, I figured.
Of course.
Pretty mandatory, I would think.
Yeah, and the funny thing about the heels that I wore is when I wore the same heels, and I think that's why another reason why everybody kind of was like, hey, why don't you do amateur night? Because I wore the tallest heels out of all the waitresses. I had a pair of 6.5-inch black stilettos that were strappy black stilettos that I had actually got for my mom.
Are you or were you then the type of person that would wear heels on occasion in everyday life? Like some girls just can't wear heels at all. Like they look silly. They can't even, they can't. They'll fall down every stair that gets in front of them. So what, Pete? What?
I'm just laughing at the image of some girl falling downstairs upwards with heels on. Was making
Yeah, it can happen. So you're pretty comfortable in heels in general. You didn't. It's got to be hard to dance around in them. But forget that. Some people can't even walk around in them.
I found those stilettos in my mom's closet when I was about 10 or 11. And don't worry, my kid's not in the other room now. And I used to put them on just because, my mom, when I was growing up, whenever I was staying with her, my parents were split up. So, a lot of times I lived with my dad. And then when I did go to my mom would always do my hair and, give me gloves and heels and stuff like that. And kind of have me be her little model and, take little glamour shots and stuff of me. And so I thought that, I kind of like the modeling and the girly type stuff. And I found those shoes, and even though my feet were half the size of them at that time, they grew to fit my feet perfectly. And I walked around in those shoes when my mom wasn't home. There was about an hour or two when I got off school that I would be at home and she wouldn't be there. And I'd run to her closet. I'd go put on her shoes. I would go strum her guitar. I'd try and be like Jenny from Forrest Gump, but not nude,
Right.
Just sitting around in the heels though, and with the guitar. And I just did my own thing, and I got really comfortable in heels. So I loved walking around in heels, but I couldn't do the girly girl thing, like the Mean Girls type thing where you got all the girls walking around in heels every day to school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was never me.
Yeah. Seems
Yeah.
silly.
I was in a pair of Converse, probably.
Right. Some Chuck Taylors. That makes sense.
But I do get around in heels good for the most part.
What about you, Edward? Anyone ever strummed your guitar?
Oh my God!
Or more importantly, have you ever worn high heels before?
That was my question.
No, never worn high heels. I watched Family Feud one time. I saw Ray Combs. He did it.
Something
special.
As far as the wearing heels goes, now I doubt anybody is still doing this with the way we are as a society now. But when I was in high school, and everybody probably remembers, you'd have Spirit Week during homecoming or something like that in high school, and like one day would be hat day, and one day would be like pajama pants day, just weird stuff like that, and you could wear that to school for that day. At my high school, they actually
crazy hair day.
they actually had, I think it was either my junior or senior year. I think it was my senior year. They actually had Gender Bender Day. And and the, so if you were a guy, you would dress like a girl, and if you were a girl, you would dress like a guy. Not on Hat Day, a lot of people participated. On Gender Bender Day, the number was a little less than that. But I wore a dress to school. I did. I wore a dress. It was a pink.
Did you take a picture?
You know what? I do have a picture somewhere. I'll have to try to find it.
We need to see that.
I'll have to try to find it.
I was going to say we need to see that.
It's not on a computer or like it's a physical picture that I would have to find and then scan in or take a picture or something. But I did. I wore a pink polka dot. It was white with pink polka. It was either white with pink polka dots or pink with white polka dots. I don't remember. Short dress to school with heels.
I got so many more questions. What about hat? What about hat wear? Did you wear like a woman's, like a
I think I had a wig, but I don't really remember. I think I had a wig though. I think I had a wig, and then that morning, you know how you have like homeroom or something before first period or whatever. There was a girl did my makeup. It was amazing. It was great. I was a pretty good-looking woman. I'm serious. And then actually later, much later, like, I don't know. Now this might have been maybe 15 years ago, but there's a German. I don't think it's a holiday, but anyway, it's called Fasching. It's a German costume party that they have once a year, and it's in the fall. I think it might be in September or October, but it's called Fasching, and you dress up as basically a Halloween costume or whatever. And I did it again. I went as a woman again, and Mrs. Lou went as a man. So I think if I've done it twice, I think if you've done it. You know what's the thing that says I'm not gay, but $20 is $20? Like one time doesn't probably make you gay, but like I might be a cross-dresser.
Yeah,
I've done it twice.
It sounds like you enjoy it.
You know what? Both times I had a great time. Both times.
Do you remember the video I did where I did all the YouTubers as women?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
Yes. By the way, that was a banger.
Yeah.
I did me as a woman, you as a woman, Mark Rogers as a woman. Who else did I do? I think I did BVD. Yeah, I did do BVD. Law Tide. This shit was disturbing.
Yeah, that was funny. I don't remember exactly what I wore the second time. I know it was a dress of some kind, but I don't remember. Like, I remember the one from high school was a pink and white polka dot dress and all. I don't remember what I wore to that Fasching party that time or whatever. But so I've done it twice. This is a little alarming development here.
Yeah, Traveling Fools wants to know, what would Lou's drag queen name be?
Oh, shoot. I don't know.
Good question.
I don't know.
Aunt Louise? No. I don't know about that.
Yeah, twice I did that. What about you, Edward? How many times have you dressed up like a woman?
Well, I don't know if I really consider this a dress up like a woman. I was in New York, and I wore like a little dress or something. We were just playing like dress up. I was really like, okay, I am never doing this again.
Wait, now you can't just gloss over that. So you were in New York and you're just playing a little bit of dress up, is what you said.
Yeah, like just kind of like, I don't know if it was lipstick, but it was a long time. I was like young at the time though. But I just felt really embarrassed. I was like, why am I dress like that. This is not me. I'm not one of those, what do you call those, people who do, drag queens that do that?
Yes, drag queens.
Do I look like a drag queen?
Yeah.
You people? What's wrong with y'all? I'm like, I'm never doing that again. Yeah, it's in New York, but I've done that since.
There's not much Edward hasn't done.
That chapter's closed.
I hear you.
As I was saying, I've been to a lot of strip clubs. I think I told stories to y'all. But I don't think, has Friction heard? Miss Vixen, have you heard any of them or no?
I don't know. I don't think so. Other than, you picking up a stripper I guess you getting a stripper's number and you actually calling her the next day and inviting her to go to Six Flags?
Well, I'll say, this was like a dancer that worked at, as far as I know, I think she's still at Crazy Horse. She worked at Crazy Horse after I saw her. I went there with a friend of mine, and yeah, he actually kind of got the number. He, gave it to me, too. So I was like, maybe I'll call it sometime. And I actually did talk.
Oh, that's even more creepy. You got the second
I was
hand
going
number.
to say,
give it to
whoa, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I should really go into more of that, but anyway, that's still.
Well, why don't you tell me another one of your stripper stories?
Sure, I could tell some. Like I said, I've been to a lot of those. These are all in the ATL area. So I don't know if you don't still do the work of the clubs do stripping, or do you? Or you're retired from it?
No,
retired.
That was when I was 18. My
She gets a
I've
pension.
moved too much concrete now. My back doesn't work the same.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah, she's retired.
Okay.
She's retired.
That's cool. All right. Well, I'll tell you one. Oasis North. This is me. A friend of mine. He lives in New Jersey now. But this is when he was in the ATL area. We would go to strip clubs like a lot. And Oasis North was one of them. And we go in there we go during the daytime. We're there before curfew even begins, and it starts at 7 o'clock. Curfew. It's like $5 to get in there, and we're.
I was gonna say he's trying to scam the system.
Yeah, don't scam the system, but we're in there the whole way. We're in there, and so these two girls come up to our table, and they're over to my friend. They say, his name's James Mason. Yeah, that's who it is. In case you want to know. And they say to him, they ask him, so would you like to have a dance? He's like. Well, yeah, I'd love to, but, I don't have any money. And he says, well, hey, wait a minute. You mean to tell us you come into a strip club and you don't have any money? They're like, well, I had money, but, if you came to me earlier, I would have. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe I could help out. Let's see, I don't want these girls to play. So I pull some money out. And I'm like, and I was working at Bruno's at the time, like $80. Well, they're like, they go, oh, look at this. He's got money. Let's go talk to him. I was like, oh, great. Where's my baseball bat when I need it? So they're coming over to me and like, I'll get this all handled up. So it's down it was like, 10 each there. Boom, boom. He wanted to leave. I'm like, what's wrong with you? How can you turn down these beautiful women? I want to party. I want to party with these girls. So they're dancing. Man, it was great, man. I'll tell you. That was a good club. Pink Pony's a good one. That was a very.
So how much money did you spend that night?
Which one, Oasis or where?
That night that you were just talking about. How much did you spend?
God, man, went down. Let's see, $20 or $10 each. So I had 10, so 20. I don't know, probably give them a tip, 25. I was probably down almost half that, $80. I was down to maybe $40, $50 left. Yeah, so it was good.
Big spender.
Well worth it.
Big spender. $50 in the strip club. Big spender
yeah.
there.
I've been, Pink Pony I've been to. Yeah, there was one Club Taj Mahal. I've been to that one. It's now called Vegas Nights.
That just sounds shady. Club Taj Mahal.
Edward, let me ask you this, Edward.
The original Taj Mahal's India.
We know you've been to every strip club within a 100-mile radius of your house. Have you ever been to a massage parlor?
No.
Okay. It sure would be a lot better if you had.
I know it sounded like you had to think about it too.
Yeah. Is it something you've ever considered?
Well, I mean, it depends. Depends on the mood I'm in.
Right.
Well, let's just assume that the mood you're in is the mood to go to one of those places. Would you do it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
What would be a reason that you wouldn't?
I would say,
like, why haven't you?
Maybe.
Huh?
Yeah.
Why haven't I?
Yeah.
I just never have done it.
Okay.
I haven't had the, what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't had I haven't really had any time to do it.
Yeah, you seem pretty busy. All this time you're spending at the strip. If you went to the massage parlor, that would cut into your strip club time. And we can't have that.
Right. And I'm going to steal a little page out of your playbook, UncleLou, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And that would be unacceptable.
Right. Yes. Your strip club time is very
I think
valuable.
when it comes down to it, you would probably be ending up spending more money in a massage parlor than you would at the strip club.
That's very possible. Yeah, you're on to
Well,
something
yeah.
there.
If he's only spending $40 in there, like you just said, yeah, you're right. $40 in the strip club.
I've spent pretty big money at the Gold Club. Oh yeah. The two toughest clubs for me to survive in. When Gold Club was there, it would be Gold Club. I'd probably say Gold Club and Cheetah for me. But Cheetah was a great club, and man.
LGB, thank you for the super chat, sir.
Well,
I'm assuming it's a sir. LGB, thank you for the super chat. He says, hi, Lou, big fan. Go Dogs. I just spent more money here than Edward ever has at the strip club. Go Dogs. Big fan, by the way. Thank you, LGB. I appreciate that. Good to see you in here. Rhino26, thank you for the strip club. He says, here's $20 for a lap dance at the Bush Company in Alaska. You're welcome. I can tell you right now, I'm not interested in going to any strip club called the Bush Company. I'm not interested at all.
That's like the
opposite
70s. Of the one called the landing strip.
Right. This isn't the
Smart
70s.
man, UncleLou. Smart man.
Right. Right.
And I got your back if anyone tries to make you.
Okay.
I'm kind of disturbed by this comment in the comment section by Rice Cake Jenkins. A lap dance is so much better when a stripper is crying.
What?
Is that because she's actually sad?
She's
crying.
I think Rice Cake Jenkins is on something. I say it doesn't matter. Well, I say no. I say no. I just look at it like, look, if a stripper's crying, look, I would just what's wrong? You okay? Yes. But if a stripper's crying, it's like, she's probably either had a bad day or something. Something's wrong with her.
Do you think if you were at a strip club, Edward, and a stripper was crying, would you attempt to provide emotional support?
Well, I would do anything I can. I'd say, is there anything I can do for you? Help you out with anything? And if she says, oh, please leave me alone, I'll leave her alone. Okay. If she says no,
what if she says she's crying? She's crying because for some reason she can't pay a certain bill. My cell phone bill's due. They're about to cut my cell phone off. Can you just give me?
Yeah, you better make it rain on her.
Turn my phone back on. What do you say then?
Oof. Oh God, I'll be like, I haven't been in that position. I'm lucky I haven't been.
Okay.
Or I could maybe, if I can't help her out personally, I would find someone that can. It came, you know.
Rice Cake
I
Jenkins
don't think
says
I
that's
can
a song, I guess. A lap dance is better when the stripper is crying. It's a song, he says.
That's a song?
According to Rice Cake Jenkins, it is. Yes, I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny, but that's what he says. Matt Dummett says, Edward, emotional support would be like a $100 bill. That would provide a lot of emotional support for a stripper.
Oh, give her a little bit of money.
Right.
Yeah.
I might do that. Okay. Thank you, Matt Dummett, for the help out with that. Okay.
Boot E Hole says, Nate, I'm going to start charging you $10 per meal.
Good job. Yes. I agree with that. Do it.
Traveling Fool says, end the show with that song.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it when we get ready to end it.
Yeah.
Dogs for Life says a stripper's cardio must be insane. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I go to the grocery store, I only get what will fit in 6 grocery bags because that's all I can carry in one trip. Like, there's no way I could be a stripper. I'd rather go to the grocery store 3 days this week than to go once and have to make 3 trips to the car in a row to bring the groceries in. It ruins me for the rest of the day.
I don't know. It seems to me the female strippers are way more laid back and they're like having fun. But like the male strippers, like that Magic Mike movie or whatever,
yeah,
those guys are putting in real work. I mean, that shit's like a Broadway fucking dance routine they're doing. Like, you know,
What?
It's a totally different ball game.
That's one thing I've never actually been to. I've seen the movie Magic Mike. My sister-in-law had me watch it with her and her girlfriend at the movie theaters, and I thought it was more about, like, you know, guys just walking out on stage smiling and like a Speedo and kind of like thrusting their crotches.
Bama Baker, that's a great
one,
question. When you danced that one time on amateur night, did you? Well, first of all, when you were a server, did you go by your real name? And you don't have to say what it is because you don't go by your real name here. But and then when you danced, did you pick a? You know, were you Candy or Cinnamon or something like that, or did you go by the same name you were being called as a server?
Shock therapy.
Oh, God. Okay.
Damn.
That seems pretty serious.
That was just a stage name
Right.
for amateur night. Generally, all the other people that knew me that came to that night and were regulars knew me by my first name.
Okay. And you used your real name, like if there was a guy at the bar and you were serving him a beer and he asked for your real name, you would tell him your real name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, there's no need for them to know my last name
Right,
anything further than the first 3 letters of my name.
Yeah. I've never asked a stripper what their real name is because I've never cared. But do people ask, and do strippers tell them, or are they pretty protective about that information? Because you never know, some of these people are lunatics and showed up at their house or something.
I've known, I think it can go either way. It's really 50-50 on it. I know a lot of girls that will tell you because most of the time they're a little too drunk and it's later on in the night when somebody's asking. I know that in certain situations, if a female feels more comfortable around you, she, you know, sees that maybe you clearly have on like your wedding ring, knowing the fact that you're there, but you're married, but you're being respectful, and he asked that they might be willing to share more information that way. That if females ask, they're more willing to share. I know that any strip club that I've ever attended, I could get a real girl's name from her, no problem.
Do you remember what song you danced to?
And that's what I was sitting here trying to remember.
Or if not, was it rap, rock?
Yeah.
No, I did a different kind of theme. It was more.
Shock therapy sounds like you came out with like whips and chains and this kind of thing. I don't know.
No, look, because I'm kind of freaking nervous. And I can't look it up on my phone either because I'm on my phone. It was a ZZ Top song, and
there you go.
Legs.
Ah, yes.
That is the one that I can absolutely, put my mind on it right now. It was a song that I grew up hearing, that I grew up kind of dancing kind of crazy to. And, for amateur night, you had some girls that came out like playing some weird music that nobody ever even heard of before. And so I was completely comfortable in my zone with that song.
Tiger Cat has a great question. She says, did Friction Vixen carry around a taser when she worked at the club?
No, but my bouncer friend, I made very quick friends with him. It was completely platonic, but we hung out, on the regular outside the bar. We just became friends. He was a huge, big, buff, bald-headed, really dark-skinned black guy that as long as I had him behind me, nobody messed with me.
You didn't need a taser, huh? What you're saying?
He was my weapon. Tank was, he was just a cool person to have around, especially in a place like that. I never had to worry about feeling unsafe.
Yeah.
Nate says the first thing he's doing when he gets to Pigeon Forge is going to a strip club. And then he says the second thing he's doing is asking for a reverse cowgirl to ride me.
Yeah, did he really say that?
Yes. Second thing I'm going to do is ask for a reverse cowgirl to ride me, he says. I mean, good luck. You won't regret it, is all I can tell you, if you're able to.
Yeah.
If you're able to successfully.
He says, and then he says the third thing is he's going to do is have fun. Well, if you nailed 1 and 2, yeah, you'd be having fun by then.
Yeah. If you even do one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the stripper named Charlie Brown says, I'll be opening a booth at the Slob Olympics. I only accept Six Flags coupons. Nate, you better bring one of them.
Megan comes too.
You better bring one of them Coke cans to the Slob Olympics.
Be at the Slob Olympics.
Get you the $20 off your Six Flags ticket. Oh, are y'all going to try to go again to the Slob Olympics next year?
We will be going.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We're just waiting for for that discount.
Right, in January. Yeah, I don't think anybody's got the room yet.
Yeah.
I hope they haven't, because they're going to pay a lot more if they get it now. For whatever reason, if we wait till January, we've been promised a rate somewhere around $100 or $125. So I know I'm waiting.
That phone's going to be ringing off the hook the first week of January, isn't it?
Well,
at that hotel.
Well, I'm myself or BVD or you, Pete, somebody, we're going to try to get a hold of that actual owner, or maybe we'll even not send BVD. We didn't send him there the first time he went, because he lives there and he wanted to. That was great that he did that. But hopefully BVD can go back by there in January, talk to the guy again, because I'm trying to, tell him, like, look, we'll probably get somewhere between, 15 and 20 rooms maybe. So make sure, give us the best rate you can, because we got a lot of people that are looking to stay. And then once we get all that figured out, which will be the first couple of weeks of January, then we'll start telling everybody maybe there's some kind of a code, like when you call to book the room, you have to tell them it's for the Slob Olympics or something to get that rate.
Yeah,
so,
hashtag slob.
Yeah.
Code.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but as long as, and this is for everybody that wants to go, as long as you're paying attention to my channel or Pete's channel or BVD's channel, then once we know all that for sure around the beginning of January, we'll be talking about it all the time, and we'll tell everybody, go ahead, this is the number to call, this is what you need to tell them, whatever the case. Yeah.
Right.
Cool. We're waiting on it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. LW, thank you for the super chat. He says, Lou, Pete, Edward, Friction, enjoyable lunch money as usual. Thank you, LW.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Damn, I almost forgot Edward was
says
here.
his lunch money was taken by Friction Vixen.
Rob Dog says the code for the discounted room is reverse cowgirl. Oh boy. Edward, what else you got?
Oh, well,
All right,
I just had a Zoom reunion from high school. I went to Dinwiddie High School, and they just had a reunion last Saturday, and I was at that.
Oh.
That was pretty fun.
And it was over Zoom.
Yeah, they did it on the Zoom, yeah.
Okay. How'd that work out for
That's
you?
weird.
Oh, it was great.
Now, what year reunion was this for you? 40th?
No, I think it was like maybe the 26th or something.
That's it? How old are you?
One last year.
How old are you?
I'm almost like 44.
Oh, 44.
45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were in your 50s. That was silly of me.
I would say, man, high school reunions are already so awkward. Like, wouldn't doing it over Zoom be even 10 times more awkward than a regular one?
Well, the reason they've done it over the Zooms because coronavirus.
Oh, right.
I know.
You think that they might? Oh well, I guess they can't postpone because it would run into next year's one.
Right.
But yeah, I would think the same thing. That you have like how many faces that are up on a Zoom screen?
Right.
How many were there?
Last year there was like a whole bunch. It was very popular last year, and this time the one from last Saturday, no, it was a lot less last Saturday. It wasn't as many from like the other one was.
I got to go pee. I'll be right back in a minute.
Cool.
I bet Edward's high school reunion was something for the ages.
I'm not silent. Sorry.
Huh?
I kept getting a question in the comment section if I'm friends with any current strippers.
Oh, yeah. No, that was, she said that was in a different state, too.
Yeah.
So.
She's probably.
Well, I was friends with Atlanta strippers too when I moved back here. When I moved back from Texas, but I got away from that lifestyle.
You're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traveling Fool says class reunion every single year. Yeah, that's another weird thing. So, I mean, once you hit, I think we had a 10-year reunion, a 15, a 20, like every 5 years, basically. You do one every year, Edward?
Yeah, well, they're usually like anywhere between like 5 and 10 years when they do them.
Yeah.
But you just had two recently, though?
Yeah, I had one
you just said
last year, and they
That's
just
what I'm
did
getting
one
at.
last Saturday.
Yeah, so have it
but
every year,
if you have one every 5 or 10 years, then why did you guys have one last year and this year?
I don't know why they did that. Maybe because whoever is in charge probably did it that way that one time. But I was like, what? Didn't I just have one last year? I was like, yeah, this is weird. We're having another one. It's kind of up to whoever arranges it, does it that way. But I don't understand why they would do it that way. But
Sounds like somebody got their years mixed up.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think you are definitely onto something. You are totally right. I agree.
Ronnie Haas says, Edward, do you have prom pictures of I don't know if Edward does, but you know what? Nate the Great does.
Oh, I'm sure
And
he does.
he had him a hot little girl with him there. I asked Nate, I said, did you get, because he took her to the prom. I said, what happened with her? He said, I don't even remember her name. That's how much of a player Nate is. Nate's only like 20 years old.
Oh.
So it wasn't like this happened 20 years ago. It happened like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if
Doesn't even remember her name.
Yeah, if I'll tell you this, when I've been to like clubs in Atlanta, I tell you, if you go back to that same one, a lot of girls will remember you. That's the nice thing about going. Oh yeah, it's true. They will remember you. Vixen knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that I have photographic memory that is, I guess, a little higher than or better than the average person's.
Right.
And so once I see a face, I can't unsee the face. I might not remember the name that goes to the face, but I mean, I've picked people out that I hadn't seen in years,
Right.
just by their face. I mean, like even some of these other states that I've moved to, like I've been able to pick somebody out across the airport that, I went to school with and I hadn't seen in 25 years.
Wow. Oh,
And I've been accurate, like actually confirmed with them that,
Right.
They were who they were. Like, so I remember faces, and I know that pretty much anybody that walked in, if there was money to be made, the girls were happy, and you serve and you make tips. And I guess if you're willing to come in and spend 50 when there's some guys like your friend that come in and spend nothing,
Yeah.
they'll remember you. And sometimes there's just, certain memorable features and qualities that people have that you just stand out.
Oh, yeah.
They don't
Is this
forget.
an Uncle Lou? Is this an Uncle Lou prom picture we're looking at here?
That's an Uncle Lou prom picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah. So what was that, like 1997?
No, okay, I graduated in 96. This is I was a junior here, so this would have been 95.
Oh.
95, yeah.
Gotcha.
Amazing.
That's
Yeah.
That's an amazing picture.
Yes, it is. I would agree. I would agree.
Gotta love the red hair.
Right?
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it.
Oh.
I don't care now. There's plenty of other shit
Right.
I could worry about now, but yeah, I hated it.
Oh, totally.
But when you were younger, did you have like a bunch of freckles all over your face?
Oh, yeah, I still do. There's so many you can't tell. Yeah.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I know that I've stood right beside you, and,
Are there not freckles on my face?
your freckles, they don't seem like okay, so my cousin growing up, he had like bright red, like big, freckles, like, the kind of kids that you see in the movies or not the movies, in like the picture books where there's just like a white kid's face with bright red hair and then red dots all over their face. That's what my cousin always said that he looked like growing up. And he hated that. And so I was just saying it, I don't know if the quality in the picture is bad, but at least you wore your red well. You didn't look like you didn't carry your hair well.
I got my
I don't know what
phone
I'm trying
turned
to
on
say.
selfie mode now, and I'm staring at my face. And you know what? It's not covered in freckles. I don't know why I thought it was. There's a few, but like my arms are covered.
I was gonna say maybe a few light freckles, but
No, I hated
you
myself.
thought there were
Are you
freckles
kidding?
all over your face. So you've been looking at your face for how long now? And how
Long
that
time.
you've been alive,
Right.
and you're just now realizing that you don't actually have freckles that are literally just covering your face.
Yeah, I thought I did, but I'm looking. I guess I don't. But yeah, arms and legs are good though, covered though. Yeah.
You probably get less and less freckles on your face, but the older you get.
It could
probably
be
what it is.
Yeah. My hair has gotten darker as I've got older too. Like I remember when I was a kid, like even younger than that prom picture, like elementary school pictures or whatever. In the summertime, my hair, I looked like a clown. I mean, it was like bright orange, and then in the fall it would get a little darker. And now it pretty much stays dark all the time now.
Yeah,
I would say I used to dye my hair color in your prom picture.
Nate wants me to show his prom picture that he sent me. I have to see if I can find it or if I still have it. If I still have it, Nate, I'll show it, okay?
Crimson Brave. There's several videos of me without a hat on the internet, on YouTube. So.
All right, here you go, Nate.
Look at that. $2009. Hell, that was last year or 2 years ago. 2 summers ago.
Nate cleans up pretty good, don't he? Look at him.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And I told Nate, I told Nate, I said, hey, man, I said, whatever happened with that girl? What was her name? He goes, I don't even know. Don't even remember.
Yeah.
I was like, man, look at this guy.
That's it.
Nate the Great.
Nice picture. Very nice.
Yet to see any pictures of Edward Nate. With a female. Still waiting on a picture of Edward with a female.
Hey, you know Nate's 6'5".
Nate's a big old dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Nate's security at the Slob Olympics.
There it is.
Yeah.
He's going to be security.
Yeah, all those people that are going to come and beat us up, they have to get through Nate first, right?
He's calling me.
Yeah.
Nate's pimp hand is strong.
So is a slap shot.
Yeah, I need to have Nate on. I'm going to do that after the talent show was over. I think we did this last year. We had a few of the people on to explain their videos. I'm going to have Nate on to explain that slap shot video. Nate has sent another video in, though, for the second round already. Of course, Nate advanced to the second round today. He won his first round matchup against Alan A., I think it was. So Nate has already sent in a second video. Yeah, but I haven't watched it yet. I don't like to watch the videos. I have to watch them. Like this morning, I had to watch all the ones because I have to watch them. I have to click on them to load them up onto the thing. But I don't like to watch them like a week or two. I like to be as surprised as I can when I first watch them. So I won't even watch that video Nate sent in until next Monday when we do round 2. But I'm excited to see what it is. But I want to have Nate on and a few of the other people that sent some videos in to explain. Like I want to know how come the video ends like before Nate falls all the way down. That's really what I want to know. Because it was edited to me.
You need to get X-Wing Sports on too to talk about the lightsaber pee-pee. That was amazing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of,
I don't know how many times I played that when the show went off.
Right. Well, however many times it was.
And by the way,
it wasn't enough.
I was more impressed. Now the lightsaber pee-pee is epic, but I was more impressed with his magician skills. We need to get him to do some of that shit at the Slob Olympics too. I wish he would have done that last time. All his card tricks he does.
Just kidding, guys. Here's
Pete, you've edited a video or two in your day. It had to have taken an hour to do that 7 or 8 seconds there to make it look that
there's a
real.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
You have to.
There's a lot going on there.
You have to position that lightsaber in every single frame. And I don't know what that was shot in. It was probably 60 frames a second, though. So if it's 5 seconds long, that's 300 frames that you have to place that lightsaber where you want it. You have to place it frame by frame to get it to look that good. He did a great job on that.
That's what I was asking Traction Jackson that earlier. Am I the only one that, after seeing that video, at some point today, busted through a door and did the lightsaber pee-pee dance?
No, I've been doing it all day. And there's no one even here. There's not even anyone. You know, I'm by myself doing it all day. Rhino says that's me every Saturday night.
Right.
I wish I would have sent you the video.
I'm being serious. Somebody's saying fuck the card trick skills. I was impressed with that. I don't know, but I get impressed by shit like that. I don't know why. It's probably because I can't do it.
The thing with the pen was the permanent marker, whatever he was doing, the never ending permanent marker or whatever. That was amazing.
Yeah, Sharpie marker.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And look, I was even paying attention to the inside of his hand, and I didn't see any other Sharpies that were just hidden in his hand.
Right.
You could see part of his palm. So I don't know. That was cool.
Or what about when he put the 3 in his mouth, but then when he took it out of his mouth, it was a joker?
Yeah. I don't know. If you watch close, you can kind of see him before he switched the card out really subtly. But most of them I couldn't see what he was doing.
Yeah.
On them. I could kind of see that one. You could see if you watch. I guarantee if you slow the video down, you could probably see it. But
Silent Chaos wants to know: can
he's really
spin a basketball on his finger?
Yes.
Oh,
well, I don't know. I haven't done it in probably. Well, I don't know. I haven't done it in so long. I don't know if I can.
I've been trying for 40 years. I can't.
Good question. I'll have to try.
Yeah, not me.
I can to a certain extent, but it's not going to be as steady as him.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah, this sleight of hand was good. It takes to be able to do those type of card tricks. That takes a lot of practice, man. That's not just some shit you just know how to do.
Right.
You know.
I like going to those magic shops that sell all the magic tricks, and they got the guy behind the counter that's demoing all the tricks, and it just looks like the easiest thing ever. So you buy it, and then you get home, and after like 2 hours, you're like, fuck this, and you throw it away, and you never try again. Like, knowing how the trick is done is not nearly the same as knowing how to do it. That's a whole other skill.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like you said, you can know how something is done, but doesn't mean you could then do it. It takes a lot of practice, I'm sure, and patience, which I don't have.
He had to have practiced that for hours and hours and hours for years to be able to do that.
Yeah, that was really good. He might be the favorite. He might be the favorite to win that thing as of now. As of right now, we still got like 15 or 16 more videos to watch tomorrow, but he might be the favorite right now, the betting favorite anyway.
He also has an advantage because he's a really good video editor.
Yeah.
I mean, and so that the production value definitely helps. But yeah, I mean, but then he added the actual talent on top of it with the card trick deal.
Yeah. Well, it's almost time to end the show. Edward, we're going to let you go.
I was going to do the trash talk real quick. But,
no. I already told you no on that.
Okay. Oh, it was Georgia
next
Tech.
week.
Yeah, next week, Georgia Tech.
Next week.
All right,
okay.
Edward. Thanks for coming on, buddy. We'll talk to you next Monday. All right, buddy. Bye.
You got it.
Bye, Edward.
See you, Friction. Shout out to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Edward. You have to get rid of Edward because then he wants to do his shout-outs and the whole thing, and that's, then 15 minutes you're still saying goodbye to Edward. I love Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Love
can just
it.
say shout out to everybody in the comment section.
Yeah. I mean, you can go to the comment section now, Edward, and just type a shout out to people if you want. But we're running up against time. Friction Vixen, I'm so glad you came on. I've been trying to get you to come on for a while, and then turns out you had emailed me and I never saw it, so that was my fault. But I'm glad you came on. I hope it was relatively painless, and I thought you did a great job.
Thanks. Maybe next time I'll be a little less nervous. I won't talk so much. Maybe you guys like this. You guys like the talking.
I have a lot of football questions, too,
yeah.
that we didn't waste time on today, but I'm going to ask one, and you can just give a short answer. Did you care about football, and were you a Georgia fan before you got married or met Traction Jackson, or do you just love him so much that you adopted Georgia as your team?
I was a football fan. I was I was a Raiders fan. And I grew up watching NFL. I had never adopted or watched any college game until I moved to Georgia.
Okay.
And I took on UGA. They were local. I liked the school, their program. And then, of course, my husband going there is also a big influence.
Right.
That, going to the game so much, you are going to end up falling in love with this team.
Yeah.
And, they're just my team now. And I would follow them even if, down the road something happened to Traction Jackson and I would still be following them in sports.
Well, nothing's going to happen. So.
Oh, yeah, nothing.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Well, tell him.
Yeah, he is.
Tell him
He
we
really
said
is.
hello. We'd like to have. Maybe he wants to come on the Lunch Money Show one night too. Maybe he, he might have some stories to tell. I don't know. We'd love to have him on too. One night, I'll have to get with him on that. You can mention it to him, but definitely tell him we said hello. Really appreciate you coming on. I know it was probably a little bit, awkward or whatever. But I appreciate you coming on, and I thought it was a great show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought you did great.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody in the comment section. All the nice thank yous and everything. Makes me feel a little more at ease, and I appreciate y'all having me on.
All right. Well,
And I know that Traction Jackson would probably love to come and talk to you guys too. He's sitting in there listening in the other room right now.
Yeah. Well, Traction Jackson, good morning, sir. Here's an open invitation for you. Email me and we'll pick a day if there's a day that works for you or whatever on a Monday, and we'd love to have you on too. So we'll make sure we set that up.
Love you, Tiger Cat.
All right, Friction. Thanks again, and
All right.
we'll talk to you again sometime soon.
All right. Good morning.
All right. Yeah. Good morning in that.
All right,
though.
good night.
Pete tells you good night there. Pete, we did it. After 2 months of trying, we got someone on the show who used to work at a strip club. So
I know.
again,
Now we can go back to talking about nothing again.
yeah,
We've reached the mountaintop.
yeah, they kept saying we would never get someone on who worked at a strip club. Wrong again. They're constantly wrong.
They were wrong.
Yeah, that was fun though. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody in the comment section too for from what I saw being pretty respectful. I mean, after all, this was a long time ago, and she's married now to someone we all know, and a lot of us have met in person. So sure that made some of that conversation maybe a little awkward for her, but for the most part, it seemed like everybody kept that in mind and was pretty respectful. So shout out to the comment section for that. Pete, what you got going on this week? Wednesday and Friday?
Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m., the most underrated college football calling show on all of the internet. That's it.
All right. That's Wednesday and Friday, 10 p.m. Y'all check him out, Pigskin Pete. I'm sure most of you are already subscribed to him, but if there's a reason you're not, what are you doing? Go subscribe to Pigskin Pete. Give him a call on Wednesday or Friday. Talk some college football. As for me, you already know today's Monday, so got the morning show. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday coming up this week, 8 a.m., and we're doing the talent show. Round one was today. Part one of round one was this morning. We'll do the rest of round one tomorrow. Some amazing videos on there this morning. So the expectations are high for tomorrow. The videos coming up tomorrow have a lot to live up to, so we'll see if they're able to do it. My call-in shows this week, Tuesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Those are college football shows, too, which some of you may or may not be interested in. Tuesday, Thursday night, 10 p.m. And me and Pete will be back here next Monday night to do this all over again. Pete, we knocked it out of the park, buddy. I'm literally patting myself on the back right now. What a great show.
Yep, we did it again.
Yeah.
It's impossible to do, or next to impossible to do, but we do it.
We somehow
over and
figured
over
it
again.
out. Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
Somehow.
Thanks to everybody that supported the show tonight through the Super Chat feature. You know, whether it's this show or Pete's show on his call-in show or my call-in show or any other of these live shows that you watch. I can't speak for everybody. There are some people, I guess, that don't play music, but most of us choose to play music to sort of set the mood of the show. And because of that, these Super Chats are what keeps these live shows alive. So big shout out to LW, a stripper named Charlie Brown, LGB, Rhino, and Wilkie for hitting the Super Chat tonight. Me and Pete really appreciate that. All right, guys. Great show. Thanks to everybody that stuck around to the end. Michael Hogg, Rhino, Tiger Cat, Crimson Brave, Nate the Great, Friction Vixen, Silent Chaos, Karen Driver, which is a Celine Driver troll account, Zach the Purdue Man, Bigfoot, Maddie Sims, Pizza Woman, Nate the Great, Go Tigers 504, Crimson Brave, and everyone else in the comment section for keeping it entertaining down there. We'll be back next Monday night to do it again. Until then, though, have a good morning. All right, what was the name of that damn song? Stripper Crying or something that people wanted to hear? A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Okay. Here we go. See if this is any good. This was a suggestion from earlier in the comment section. We'll close the show with this. I've never heard this before, so if it's terrible, don't blame me.
I was lonelier than Kunta Kinte at a Merle Haggard concert that night.
Not starting off too well.
Rolled on into Uncle Limpy's Hump Palace looking for love. It had been a while. In fact, 365 had come and went since that midnight run hauling hog to Shaky Town on I-10. I had picked up this hitchhiker that was sweating gallons through a pair of Daisy Duke cutoffs and one of those Fruit of the Loom tank tops. Well, that night I lost myself to ruby red lips, milky white skin, and baby blue eyes. Name was Russell.
Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Well, I find it's quite a thrill when she grinds me against her will. Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying.
Well, faster than you can say shallow grave, this pretty little thing come up to me and starts kneading my balls like hard-boiled eggs in a tube sock. Said her name was Bambi. And I said, well, that's a coincidence, darling, 'cause I was just thinking about skinning you like a deer. Well, she smiled, had about as much teeth as a jack-o'-lantern, and I went on to tell her how I would wear her face like a mask as I do my little kooky dance. And then she told me to shush. I guess she could sense my desperation. Of course, it's hard to hide a heart on when you're dressed like Minnie Pearl.
Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Well, I find it's
So Bambi's going on about how she can make all my fantasies come true. So I says, even this one I have where Jesus Christ is Jackhammer and Mickey Mouse in the doo-doo hole with a lawn dart as Garth Brooks gives birth to something resembling a cheddar cheese log with almonds on Santa Claus's tummy tum? Well, 10 beers, 20 minutes, and $30 later, I'm parked in the beef bus in Tuna Town, if you know what I mean. Got the nailer back at her trailer. Hey, that rhymes. I have to admit, it was even more of a turn on when I found out she was doing me to buy baby formula.
Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Well, I find it's quite a thrill when she grinds me against her will. Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying.
A day or so had passed when I popped the clutch, gave the tranny a spin, and slid on into the stinky pinky gulp and guzzle big rig snooze stop. There I was browsing through the latest issue of Throb when I saw Bambi staring at me from the back of a milk carton. Well, my heart just dropped. So I decided to do what any good Christian would. You cannot imagine how difficult it is to hold a half gallon of moo juice and polish the one-eyed gopher when you're doing 75 in an 18-wheeler. I never thought missing children could be so sexy. Did I say that out loud?